Hi, welcome to LB0 Fox India Norwegian Adventures. I'm Morten, LB0 Fox India. And what do you do if you think a regular sized laptop is too big in the field for digital field operations? Well, you get a kind of smaller, similar laptop. Let me put these on top of each other here. This is the Surface Go. This is Surface Pro 4. This is the Surface Go 2. But what do you do if you think that the Surface Go 2 is too big? Well, you get something that's even tinier. This is the Higole Gole 1 Pro. It's a mini PC with a 5.5-inch screen. It's kind of like a thick tablet. So today we're going to take a look and see if this little thingy is good enough for portable ops. And first of all, just to get the formalities out of the way, this video is sponsored by AliExpress. And if you haven't heard about AliExpress before, AliExpress is an online marketplace where you can get pretty much anything. And actually, I mean pretty much anything by anything. You've heard me say this a lot of times now, so I'm not going to elaborate on that even more. There will, however, be an affiliate link to this thingy down in the description. And I'll probably put some discount codes, let's see, over there during the video. So if you want to get one of these or anything else on AliExpress, you can help support my channel. But now on to the Higole Gole 1 Pro. And I'm just going to call it the Higole from now on, because the Gole 1 Pro is, well, it's long and tedious to say. But let's go over to the bench and take a look at the hardware first, and then we'll take a look at if this is usable for digital modes. And yes, it's kind of a running joke on this channel, but my desk is as messy as ever. This little thingy is, and I'll actually get something to measure it with. I can actually measure it up here and see. It is about 14 centimeters long. It is 9 centimeters deep. And it is almost 2 centimeters thick. So it's by no means a shallow tablet, but it kind of gives back on the total size of the thingy, and it's actually pretty well supported with inputs and outputs. On the side here, we have a headphone jack, 2 USB 3s, and a micro SD slot. On the rear side, we have 2 HDMI ports. We have 2 more USB 3 ports. We got an Ethernet jack here, an RJ45, and we got what has to be the most idiotic design decision ever. We have 12 volts in, but over USB-C. And before you ask, no, this thingy cannot be charged via USB power delivery. It needs that 12 volt input here. And more alarmingly, and I'm just going to reach over and get the charger here. This charger, and I've labeled it with only 12 volts, because this is a USB-C connector with only 12 volts out. You're doomed to fry a phone or something at some point with this thingy. So that's probably the stupidest design decision ever. But hopefully this will work for portable operations. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just go through the specs of the thingy first. What kind of CPU, how much memory, how much storage and everything. And then we'll hook it up to the G106 over here, and we'll see if we can get some FT8 running and some Winlink running. So that'll be our first test here. And this little Higole, I decided just to call it the Higole, has the following specs. It's shipped with Windows 11, which is actually pretty good. It does have a Celeron J4105 processor, so it's not the fastest thingy out there. It's got a 5.5-inch IPS screen, touch screen, capacitive touch, which is good. Resolution is 1280 by 720, but trust me, that is more than good enough on this little thing. The screen is actually surprisingly sharp for what it is. And with well, old man eyes, you don't really want to have any bigger resolution on such a small screen. It's got 128 gigs of storage, eMMC, so this is doomed to wear out after a while, I think. And 8 gigabytes of RAM. So it's no powerhouse, but, well, it's probably good enough to do some FT8 and some Winlink. So let's hook it up to the radio here and see what we can do. And the setup for the day is of course, the Gole 1 here. It has a touch screen. I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to tell you as much as with these fingers and a 5.5-inch touchscreen with that resolution, it's impossible to actually hit anything. Besides that, we got the G106 here because I'm going to use this for field work. So I want to test it with a field radio. And I got a Micro PA50 down here. We're not going to talk too much about the Micro PA50 because I haven't really tested it out yet. That's not the topic of this video. Once I have tried it and tested it, there's going to be a video on the Micro PA50 here as well. But let's go over to the Higole and see if we can run some FT8 on it. And yes, I am going to film the screen here just as an illustration on how small it is. And I talked about the screen. Well, I got a little bit of a fold-up keyboard here that I got for it because it is impossible to run Windows on a touch screen for this use with such a small screen. So I'm going to power up this keyboard, see if it connects. We should have an arrow here, and I'm going to zoom in on the screen and you'll see what happens. So just bear with me that I actually filmed the screen here. And we're going to start zoomed out a little bit just so you can see the scale of things. So let's go ahead and start WSJT. And I tried this yesterday. It worked, so let's hope it works today. The radio clicked, everything seems to be good. Here on this point, we're gonna put it on, I think 20 meters is gonna be the winning band today. So let's put it on 20. And this thing is, it's so small. Let's just hear that we got some FT8 sounds here. Yep, we have FT8 sounds. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna press the tune button here and see that everything is the way it's supposed to be. Tunes up, shows about 37 watts out on the Micro PA50, so that's going to help us get a contact. And just as an illustration of size, I got my iPhone 15 down here, or iPhone 14, and it's actually calling, so I'll be right back. The phone call is done, so the iPhone for size comparison to this computer, it's not much bigger than an iPhone. But it runs Win 11 with some caveats. Let's find a free frequency here and do some FT8 calling, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here. So we're just going to find a free frequency, which we got about here. And we're going to press Enable Transmit. And as you know, I'm going to speed this up for you so you don't have to see this fully. And we got a couple of contacts. I got to move closer actually to see who it is. It's ON6IG. Let's get ON6IG in the log. And we got ON6IG in the log. We got a couple of other stations calling me, but we're not going to bother with them now. So let's go ahead and test Winlink on this. And we're back on the desktop here, so let's go ahead and see if we can find the arrow. Everything is really, really small. So that's a compromise on this computer, that things are small, but hopefully that's good enough nonetheless. We got Winlink running. we're going to start a new Vara session. And actually, one of the nodes that gives me a really high probability here is a German node, DA5UDI. So let's see if we can get Winlink on 20 meters running. We're going to press, is this channel busy? It doesn't sound busy. Yeah, there's a little bit of Winlink traffic here. Let's go ahead, when it doesn't say channel busy here, press start and see what happens. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. And we are done. No new messages as far as I know. But do feel free to send me a Winlink message. So let's go back and let's conclude on this little tiny computer here. And just finally, before we go to the conclusion, let me show you the workbench setup here. We got a foldable USB keyboard here with a trackpad. Got this at a local store yesterday just to have something to use with this computer. We got the G106 and we got the Micro PA50. The Micro PA50 seems to be working fine. Can't really draw any more conclusions on that as of the moment because, well, I haven't tested it enough. But let's go ahead and draw some conclusions on this Higole Gole 1 Pro. So let me just unplug the Higole Gole 1 Pro here. What do I think about this little thingy here? It also got a gyro sensor, so you can flip the screen around all the ways. What I think about it, it has actually impressed me a whole lot, this little thing. Being so small that it is, having the amount of inputs and outputs that it has with 4 USB ports, that can be useful for ham radio. 2 HDMIs, not sure what I'm going to use about that. And the tiny screen, I actually do believe that this thing is useful for ham radio. Screen is tiny. Touch operation on Windows with my fingers is close to impossible. So I would recommend getting an additional keyboard and trackpad for it. I really do like it, except for the one flaw here, and that's the USB-C port here. At one point, someone in my household is going to fry a phone or a tablet due to the fact that we have a 12-volt USB-C power supply floating around in the household. Even though I've marked it with fluorescent tape on both the power brick and the USB-C end. That is just simply stupid as design decisions go. Besides that, really like this thing. There's an affiliate link down below to AliExpress. You'll help me run the channel a little bit. This thing is about $200 depending on the day you buy it. So it's by no means really cheap, but it's well built. It's solid aluminum. And yeah, I haven't said anything about battery life, but when I've been testing this for the last couple of days, about 5 hours, which is more than good enough. It also gets quite hot because there's only passive cooling on it. But as long as you use an external keyboard, that's not going to bother you too much. So if you want to take a closer look at this little Higole Gole 1 Pro, take a look at the link below. Otherwise, I think that's it for now. Hope you liked this video. If so, thumbs up, consider subscribing, leave a comment, you know the drill. Also, do consider channel memberships. I do have channel memberships available, and they'll help me run the channel. So let me assure you, I'm not getting rich off of ham radio YouTube. I don't think anyone is, but they'll help a little bit with my expenses on running this channel. We all do this because of the love of the hobby. Anyway, see you down the bands. See you in my next video. 7-3, my friends.